Let's move to the next chapter called as budgetary control. Because I think budgetary control. Now, come to the next chapter, budgetary controls. Very easy chapter because we have two segments. First segment is called as functional budget. Second segment is called as flexible budgets. We have two segments in this chapter, functional budget and then flexible budget. Please. Shh. I am not going to teach you anything in both because functional budget is very similar to cost sheet concepts. Flexible budget is nothing but marginal costing. You know what I am saying? A marginal costing chapter is spoken about in flexible budget. Already in variable, fixed, semi-variable cost in cost sheet chapter, we did 3 problems in flexible budget. You all remember or not? So flexible budget will be dealing with mainly the marginal costing issues, variable, fixed, semi-variable cost issue, and functional budget is mainly dealing with what? Yeah, cost sheet type of problems. Are you follow what I am saying? So I don't have any great difficulty in teaching you. But have to get used to doing what? Budgetary control problems. That is why we are doing this particular chapter, budgetary control. There is one budget called as cash budget alone, which is not forming part of the budgetary control here. I put that in the ratio analysis chapter in the FM portion. Can I put it or not? No. So let's start with the learning objectives. Write down learning objectives. Don't talk, please. Learning objectives. Learning objectives. Number 1, functional budgets. Functional budgets. In that right, A, sales budget. Functional budget. In that right, A, sales budget. B, production budget. Sales budget. B is production budget. C, material consumption budget. You can even call as raw material consumption budget. Both are same. Material consumption budget. D, material purchases budget. Material purchases budget. E, labor utilization budget. Labor utilization budget. F, manufacturing overheads budget. Manufacturing overhead budget. G, administration and selling overheads budget. G, administration and selling overheads budget. Administration and selling overheads budget. H, budgeted P&L account. H, budgeted P&L account. In bracket write master budget. Budgeted P&L account. In bracket write master budget. I, cash budget. Cash budget. Bracket discussed in FM. Cash budget. Bracket right discussed in financial management. In cash management we are having the cash budget. Okay, discussed in FM. Bracket close. Next I cover J, capital expenditure budget. J, capital expenditure budget. Bracket capital budgeting. The chapter is called as what? Capital budgeting. Capital expenditure budget. Bracket right capital budgeting. Point number 1 over. Number write on next. Point number 2. Functional budget preparation with. Functional budget preparation with limiting factor. Functional budget preparation with limiting factor. Functional budget preparation with limiting factor. Point number 3, flexible budgets. Flexible budgets. That's all, yeah. Okay. Now, everything I cannot explain. When I do every problem, all this automatically will be getting covered. Okay, we can straight away jump into the problems and start doing it. Okay. Now, before that, that's a brief introduction. Standard costing chapter we studied now. In that, the process is first fix the standards or establish a budget and compare with what the actual and variances are calculated. In a period or not, that means for a company to implement a standard costing system, you should be able to find out a budgeted profit, yes or no. How the budgeted profit is calculated, how the budgets are prepared only, will be experiencing through this particular chapter called as budgetary control. To put it simply, on a overall basis, how companies prepare budgets and arrive at a budgeted profit is what is going to be the subject matter of discussion in this chapter, budgetary control. How you calculate actual profit, same way one should calculate what? Budgeted profit also. One is estimation, another is what? Actual which has happened. But still, we are going to see how budgets are going to be prepared and how master budget, the word master budget means what? Budgeted profit and loss account can be constructed. Is the first stage of discussion. Respond yes or no. This is functional budget discussion. I'll discuss about flexible budget in the next stage when I come to that particular stage. Everybody following or not? Now. Can I proceed further? Now. Here I gave functional budget, various budget names. Tell me what are the various budget names? Sales budget, production budget, material consumption, material purchases budget, labor utilization, manufacturing overheads budget, administration selling overheads budget, budgeted P&L account, then business cash budget, capital expenditure budget, etc. So no. I dictated now 99% in the same order only you should prepare the budget. Examination, which budget to start? A question arises, no. Now, we should start in the same order. Reason is, only when I know sales, I know how much to produce. Only when I know production, I know how much metal I am going to consume. Yes or no? Only when I know consumption, I know how much to purchase. Only when I know production, I know how many hours to be spent. Only when I know production, I know how much overhead to be spent and so on. So, the budget order cannot be changed most of the time because the order gives you output for the next input. Everybody are you what I am saying? So, in that case, the most budget are going to be prepared in the same order in which a budget has been dictated in the notebook. You need not do great things. When you go into the sum automatically, one by one, you will be able to understand the budget preparations. Everybody, can we start or not? No. One or two typing mistakes may be there in the material. I did not bring my study material. So when there is one or two corrections, let us make the corrections in the workbook while doing one or two problems. Okay, just some points or some fractions may be left out in the problem while typing it. That can be rectified while doing the sum. Can I proceed or not? Now, let's start with the problems.